Good afternoon, all. We'll start today with projectiles. Last few classes we dealt with kinematics, wherein one set of numericals we did using the equations of motion. Right? There are three equations of motion. Using those equations of motion, second sort of numericals, or in this only, the change was when I am dealing with the equations of motion only for numericals, but your gravity comes into picture. Right? So motion under gravity it is called. So we have motion under gravity. So they will be both same. These two set will go hand in hand. They'll be using the equations of motion only. But for motion under gravity, A becomes equal to G and plus G or minus G based on the condition you will be solving. After this, we took up numericals related to VT graph, right? That is velocity versus time graph, and we used to find the total distance traveled or the total time taken. And then last class we dealt with acceleration due to gravity, right? So equations or numericals wherein the acceleration due to gravity equation is given to you, s equal to t cube and all, right, like that. So using the regular equation, and the main concept was what, your definitions of the various simple definitions. For example, we have s, distance traveled, velocity and acceleration. So what is velocity? What is the formula for velocity? Or what is velocity? Or what is acceleration? Acceleration is dv by dt, right? That is, acceleration is rate of change of velocity. And when I was dealing with what is velocity, it is rate of change of displacement with respect to time. So we had set of numerical where we have to either differentiate or reverse may when we integrate and we get the answer, right? So this set of numerical was done. Now today, after these three sets of or kinds of numericals respect to different parameters, we will be starting with projectiles. Okay. So what is the projectile? Anyone? You can answer. What is projectiles? Or what is a projectile? When do you call a projectile? Hmm? Yes, tell me.
Any object thrown by force.
Any object thrown by force. Okay, something is missing. What is the pattern? It goes straight line. Thrown by force, I can
Parabolic motion.
parabolic. Its path is going to be parabolic. Correct? The path traversed by the object is going to be parabolic in projectiles. So it's okay even if you don't remember. If a particle moves, I will stand on a ground. I'll stand at position A and I'll throw a ball. I'm applying an initial velocity to the ball and I'm going to throw the ball. So the ball is going to go up in air up to it reaches its maximum velocity, and then it starts falling down because of the gravity. Correct? It reaches from point A to point B. So in this only, if I'm going to make this as my x-axis and this is as my y-axis, I've dropped a ball from this point to this point. The particle or the ball has traversed this parabolic path, curved path or parabolic path, right? So if a particle moves along the curved path, when freely projected in air, I freely left it. I initially I gave a velocity. That's it. Uske baad it went on its own and it fell down, right? So freely projected in air, it will have a combination of two motions. One is vertical motion, as well as it will have what, horizontal motion. How I tell vertical motion? I started from here at this level. Still the uh, particle or the ball reached at this point, at this height. That means it is telling me that it has reached after from here to here, it has achieved this height. No? So this comes into your vertical motion. It has got some vertical motion and then it falls down to some particular point B. So from here to here, this is a horizontal distance. So it is a horizontal motion. Okay. Hence, that particle or the ball is going to have both horizontal as well as vertical motion. It is a combination of both, and this is called as projectile. Okay, so this would be called as projectile. If I want to define, you can say it as if a particle moves along a curved path when freely projected in air, and it will have the combined effect of vertical motion as well as horizontal motion, then this is called as a projectile. Okay. Now, the vertical motion or the vertical component of motion is subjected to gravitational acceleration because the ball is going up, it is going against the gravity. So, that is why it is going to be subjected to gravitational acceleration. So, whenever I'm dealing with a ball moving on top, so till here, whatever calculations are going to be done, I will do it with acceleration value equal to g because it is moving with gravitational acceleration. Okay, or it would be retardation when the horizontal component remains constant. Now, for this, I might sometimes require basics of resolution of a force. Whenever it comes, I will explain to you, right? Now, there are some terminologies that we have to learn from this particular figure. So, from here to here, the distance from the start to the distance at the end, this is marked as range. Okay, I will explain what they are. If I draw a tangent starting at this point, it makes an angle. Okay, so I'll call it as an alpha. This is called as a trajectory. Okay, this is called as a trajectory, and the particle is moving with an initial velocity, and let us call it as u. Initial velocity. I will apply an initial velocity and I'll leave it. So it is moving with an initial velocity. It will reach a final velocity and then it is going to fall down. So initial velocity is u, and I draw a tangent to this point, right? So the tangent is going to make an angle alpha with the horizontal. This is a trajectory or trajectory motion, and this is a range. Let us define all this. Okay. So first definition or the first terminology is velocity of projection. Okay. These definitions are important. You will have a theory question coming here like name the various parameters or define velocity of projection, trajectory, angle of projection, etc. They'll give you 4 and ask you to define them for 4 marks, something like that, or for total 6 marks. Like that. Okay. So first one, let us study what is velocity of projection. Can anyone guess what is velocity of projection? English it is. Not mechanics, not engineering. It is English. What is velocity of projection? I want answers. From the figure, can you tell me what is the velocity of projection?
Particle is projected into space.
Particle is projected into space, correct, with some velocity, right? In the figure, which is that velocity? Correct, Anusha?
U.
U, correct. Okay, so velocity of projection, it tells in English statement only, there is a projection. Uska velocity of projection or velocity of projection. What is projection? The ball is going to be projected, thrown. So with what velocity it is moving? The velocity at which the particle is going to be projected is velocity of projection. Simple. Okay, so it is going to be, it is denoted by u, and I will not write the definition here, I'll give you the notes. The velocity with which the particle is projected is called as the velocity of projection. It is u meters per second. Correct? Next. Second, angle of projection. Who can tell me? These all things I have drawn in the diagram.
Alpha.
Alpha, correct. So what is, can you define what is the angle of projection? Look at alpha and tell me what it is.
The angle
Is the
from the
angle
ground.
between?
The angle between the direction of projection and horizontal direction.
Correct, Sonali. And I think Shifa also was telling the same.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, both of you are right. So the angle between the direction of the projection, it is moving like this, right? So angle between the direction of projection to the horizontal, always with respect to horizontal, is called as the angle of projection, that is alpha, right? Third one, trajectory. What is trajectory? Look, I have shown this is trajectory. What is this now? I'm telling this name is trajectory. This is trajectory means what it is?
The entire path of the object.
Correct. It is the path traced by the projectile. Okay, trajectory is path traced by particle or by projectile. Clear? So this path traced by the particle or the projectile is called as the trajectory. Very good. Fourth one, horizontal range. Horizontal range is your range, this only, right? What is that? Tell me from the figure.
Horizontal path, ma'am.
It is a path. Is it a path?
It is the part between the start and the end point.
Correct, but you will not call it as a path. It is a distance. Okay. Path is something like this. Path traced by road. Road is a path. Pathway. Correct. This is between A and B. From figure, I can say range is from A to B. It is what? Distance between A and B. Correct. What you are telling is correct. Only word, don't use path, right? So horizontal range is what? It is name is horizontal range because it is horizontal distance. So it is going to be the horizontal distance through which the projectile travels in its flight is called as the horizontal range, or simply you can call it as range also, right? So the horizontal distance, it is obviously going to be in meters. Okay. Fifth one, time of flight. And before that, tell me what is flight first. What do you understand by the term flight?
When it is above the ground.
What? Yes, it is above the ground, but what? Be more precise, Swapnil.
Object in space.
In upwards direction.
I want only what is flight. Don't forget this time of flight. What is flight? From when to when? What is flight? I took a flight from Belgium to Goa. Oh, there also that is a projectile only. From Belgium it starts on top and then it goes and lands to Goa. It is going to be the same way. What is flight? Not that aeroplane flight, okay? Flight means when it starts above the ground, it is in the air till it comes and reaches the ground point B. Right? This is our flight. Okay. Time of flight. Now what is time of flight?
Time taken to reach from A to B.
Correct. The time required for the entire flight or the time interval during which the projectile is in motion is called as time of flight. Okay. You can write if you usually we prefer 80%, 70 to 80% of times this question is coming into the paper. First thing. Next, then this question they're asking, it is a must that you draw the diagram. In any subject, keep one thing in mind. Whenever you draw a figure, it tells us 70% that you know the concept behind the figure. And you will know. Even if you have mugged up the figure, still while mugging up the diagram also, you would have understood at least a bit of its working system, right? So when especially this question arrives and they ask you to define this, if you're only defining these, if it is for 8 marks, okay, if you're only going to define them, you will land up with 6 to 7 marks. Okay, but if you draw the diagram and uske niche you define all this and the diagram you show clearly what is alpha, what is u, where is range, right? Then you will get out of out marks. So use a figure. Sometimes the question itself says with a neat diagram define the following. So you will define this with a neat diagram. Agar nahi pucha, to bhi it is better you draw the diagram and you write this. Clear? So this is one of the important questions wherein the various parameters related to projectiles will be asked. Okay. Then let us see now different cases are there. There are 3 cases especially in projectile. Abhi, we understood that I throw a body into where it comes and it reaches down. So ye hua projectile, right? In this there are 3 cases. What are the 3 cases? First case need not be I am dropping it from here only. You all are standing in your second floor of your classroom and you will drop a object at the bottom. This also is a projectile. Yes or no? Agree? This becomes your A point, this becomes your B point. The material, say you're dropping your pen, it is also going to have this curved path, correct? It is going to trace a curved path. So this is first case where it is called as motion of the body projected horizontally. मतलब I will give थोड़ा horizontal acceleration यहाँ पे, not acceleration, velocity. So it goes and falls like this. This is the first case where I am going to drop the object from some height. Already it is some height, from there I am going to drop an object. So first case set of numericals. Second set of numericals are when your starting point and the drop point both are at the same level. Okay, so your point A and point B are at the same level. Matlab you're standing on the ground of same level A and B. You're dropping, you're giving an initial velocity, or you're giving the velocity u to the particle, and it goes and it falls at point B. This is your range, this is your alpha, everything, right? So this is the second case where both points A and B are at same level. And last case, third case, is when A and B are at a different level. Say there is a ground like this. This is a ground profile. Could be possible, no? Somewhere it is at top, somewhere it is khade mein rahega. So I will give an initial velocity. So यहाँ पे it will go first, थोड़ा ऊपर, and then it will drop down. This is A, this is B. These are at different levels. Okay, when your A and point A and point B are at different levels is the third case. Now here, this is our standard case because we drew also, or we explained all the definitions also with respect to this. This is our standard case, and there is a derivation for this standard case, and the derivation is important. Okay, so this derivation also is asked many a times in the question. Apart from your first theory question, that is define the various terminologies used in projectiles. Apart from that, this question becomes your next important question because again 80% of the time they have asked us for derivation of the projectile when both point A and B are at the same level. Okay, there is no derivation as such. Directly there is a substitution related to this. I will tell you when we reach there. And this is simple. There is a small kind, not derivation kind, but a small kind of theory explaining about this, and the we need the formula to solve the numericals, right? So related to that. So these are the three cases that we will be studying in projectile, right? So let us take the first case. So case 1, I'll call it as motion of the body projected horizontally. Okay, so motion of the body projected horizontally. Diagram goes like this. So with some initial height h, I am going to drop a particle from point A to point B. Okay, that time only this half is going to become my range. This much distance in itself is going to become the range, and this is the trajectory of the particle from A to point B. So this is going to be the diagram. So whenever you draw the diagram, like this, you write in one line. What is this diagram? So you write, consider a particle thrown horizontally. Now for me, I can only drop it like this also, correct? And there is difference between thoda usko horizontally fekna. So will be giving a horizontal push. So consider a particle thrown horizontally from point A with a velocity of u meters per second. So I will give it a initial velocity of u meters per second. At any instant, this particle is subjected to. So when I am dropping this horizontally thoda with the initial velocity of u, it is going to be subjected to. It is going to be subjected to two motions, one horizontal and one vertical. We saw that previously also. So first one, horizontal motion. Horizontal motion with constant velocity. Okay, with constant velocity. It is subjected to one, that is horizontal motion with constant velocity. Second, it is subjected to vertical motion. It is subjected to vertical motion with initial velocity as 0. Abhi rekho. Vertical motion, from here to here, it has dropped down. right? So this is your vertical motion when it is dropping down. But because it is dropping down, in this particular case, it reached a final velocity and then its final velocity is coming to down to zero. It is retarding, right? So that's why I'll say that it is subjected to vertical motion with your initial velocity as zero. Okay, initial velocity zero and moving with acceleration which is equal to g. So this particle is moving with a gravitational force. So there is no other acceleration that we are applying to the particle. It is falling freely under the gravity. So acceleration would be acceleration due to gravity, and horizontal would be with a constant velocity. So that particle here is going to be subjected to these two conditions. Now, based on these two conditions, let us substitute to some of the generalized equations and get the values. So now the I will be talking of the vertical distance. I want to find the distance. So considering the vertical motion first. अभी मेरे को डायग्राम से बोलो वर्टिकल मोशन मतलब कहाँ से कहाँ तक. What in the diagram can I give have I given a nomenclature there? What is the vertical motion?
A to B.
A to B is a combination of horizontal and vertical. कर्व है ना, तो ये कर्व में वर्टिकल भी है और हॉरिजॉन्टल भी है. If I want to show individually, ये रहा हमारा horizontal and this is our vertical. Agree? I know that this any projectile for that matter is going to be a combination of horizontal as well as vertical. Okay, that is why it is moving like this down. Down matlab horizontal हुआ and sideways matlab horizontal and downward matlab vertical हुआ. So if I want to individually show, then this is my vertical because from A to B it reached. This is my vertical and this is my horizontal. Correct? So this would be the horizontal. So now let us derive for considering the vertical motion. Vertical motion may what happens? U is equal to 0. I've written here constant velocity and that is equal to 0. U is equal to 0. Now we know the equation of motion S equal to ut plus half gt square. Correct? In this equation, S is the distance traveled. Now, accordingly, when I'm talking of vertical motion, my distance traveled is this h. So I will substitute this as h. H equal to u is 0. Ut goes plus half gt square. Or h is going to be equal to half gt square. So the total height would be equal to half gt square. This I'm getting from where? From vertical motion. Okay. From this equation, I can derive for time of flight. Right? I'll show you how. So, now from previous equation. Okay, let us calculate time of flight. Okay, so for that, I will use again equation S equal to ut plus half gt square. In this, when I want to talk of the horizontal motion, what happens in horizontal motion range mein? What entity is becoming 0? The g value is becoming 0. Correct? So here I'll put g equal to 0 because horizontal motion. So S is equal to ut. So I get a equation for S equal to ut. S in horizontal motion is what? Range. So range is equal to u into t is the equation for this case. One equation is h. This is vertical motion ka, right? H equal to half gt square. And this is horizontal motion. Range is equal to u into t. So this is your standard case. Okay. Using these two equations, you can anyway, if he gives you in the question, u is given and he's given you the horizontal range. So what would be time? Time would be range divided by your initial velocity. Correct? You will get the time. So using these two equations, you will be able to get the value of the time taken in terms of seconds. Clear? So we will have this equation and this equation for first case, combination of vertical as well as horizontal motion. Okay, we'll take up one or two simple numericals related to only this case. Now there are three cases. After each case, I will take one or two numerical so that you will understand that concept. If I do all the three cases at once and do the numericals, I feel personally it would be a little confusing. So one case will do and related numericals will do, so you will understand the application there only. First numerical, I hope you all are sitting with your calculators. A pilot is flying his bomber plane. So you know what is a bomber plane? It drops bombs, okay? A pilot is flying his bomber plane at a height. He's given a height at a height of 2000 meters. So at a height of 2000 meters, a pilot is there who is flying his bomber plane with uniform horizontal velocity of, he's giving the uniform velocity of 600 kilometers per hour. So he's flying that with a horizontal velocity of 600 kilometers per hour. Okay. And he wants to strike a target. We have to find at what distance from the target should he release the bomb. Plane is going like this. I don't want to draw a plane. Okay. A plane is like this. It is going like this. And there is a target. So he has to strike the bomb at the target. So the question is, he is flying at a height of 2000 meters with a velocity of this. At what distance should he drop the bomb so that it will go and hit the target? Correct? Matlab, what is the required thing here? What are they asking us to find? Any guesses? Any guesses? At what distance from the target should he release the bomb?
Range,
What
ma'am.
distance? Range. Yes. He's asking us to find the range. At what distance he should hit? Matlab, this is your target value, B value. If I drop it here, because of the motion, it will go and hit it here. So this would be your range value. He's asking us to find the range. Okay. Solution. H is given to us 2000 meters. Let it be. It is in meters only. U is 600 kilometers per hour. I have to what? Convert 600 kilometer matlab into 1000 divided by per hour. So 1 hour mein there are 60 minutes and each minute is made up of 60 seconds. Then I will get it in terms of seconds. So what is this answer? Tell me what is U?
166. 166.
166.6 meters per second. So first we calculated the U, that is 166 meters per second square. Now, because it is dropping like this, now I told you everything that we'll do the case and then the numerical, so you understood that this is belonging to first case. But in exam, so they'll not do that. You have to identify which case it is. Okay, you have to read the question, reread the question again and again till you are confirmed that what case it falls into, because each case the formula keeps changing. So now because it is already dropping down with already some height, that means it falls under first case. Okay, so then once U is found and we know the H, let us find the other things, right? Initial velocity U in vertical direction moves with an acceleration A, which is equal to 9.81 meters per second square. Okay, so the diagram is like this now. This is going to be a range and this is going to be the height. Correct? Range and height. So now I have to substitute for both of these to get the range. So if I want to find the range formula is what? Range is equal to U into T. I have U, but I don't have time. From where do I get the time? To find time, I will use S equal to or H equal to half GT square. Because I know H, I know G, I'll get T. Put this T here, I will get U. Okay. So using H equal to half GT square, H is 2000 equal to half into 9.81 into T square. Get me the value of T, please. What is the value of T here?
20.19 seconds.
Correct. 20.19 seconds. Don't say 19, okay? 20.19 seconds. So we found the T. Now this T, if I substitute here, I'll get the range, and that is what has been asked to us in the question. Correct? So what is the equation for range? Range is equal to u into t. U I know, that is how much was u? 166.66 into t is 20.19. Get me this value. 166.6 is. What is the range? Please dictate the question. You want the question. I didn't read Darshan, I read it now. Get me this value first.
3000.
3363.
3364.86.
Meters. Okay, fine. Somebody's asked me, Darshan has asked me to dictate the question. I didn't dictate, I just wrote the given data. Soon after the class, only yesterday I sent you the numerical photos, no? I will take photos like that of the same numericals and I'll put it on the group. Okay, now only I'll put it. No, one student was asking me from last 2 days. I have put yesterday all the notes. So today, soon after the class, I will put the notes. Same question it is. Don't worry. And extra question bank I was supposed to give you, I'll give it to you today. Okay, so don't worry. Because if I say dictating the question, बहुत देर होगा. Or still, if you want, you all can put it on the chat box. How many of you want me to dictate the question and solve? Put yes, 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 yes there. You can only put yes. It's fine. Vote karo. According to vote will go. Yash also wants the question, okay? Nobody else wants? Oh my god, okay. There are many people who want it. Fine, 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 fine. We dictate the question, okay? Fine, we'll dictate next onwards, we will dictate the question. Second question. Now all of you note down the second question. I will also write, okay? The second question says, a person, okay? A person wants to jump over a ditch, D-I-T-C-H. A person wants to jump over a ditch as shown in figure. Find the minimum velocity. Find the minimum velocity. I will write shortcut like this, okay? With which he should jump. With which he should jump. Okay, a person is there who wants to jump. Like you all will be walking around and you will be jumping, you know, whenever the ditch comes. Khada, ditch is khada. Okay, so as shown in the figure, I draw the figure. Find the minimum velocity with which he should jump. So do you people think when you're jumping, velocity and all? I don't think so. It goes like this. The diagram given is like this. You can note down the diagram, right? So this is your point A. This is the point B, right? This distance, if I draw a dotted line here, this distance is 3 meters. And this height is 2 meters. So he will be jumping from here to here. This horizontal distance is 3. This vertical distance is 2. Okay. We have to find a solution to this. Okay, tell me, how do we go ahead? How do we proceed with this? Any guesses? They've asked us find the minimum velocity. Matlab, I need to calculate your velocity u. Okay, with which they have not given us anything of time, so that indicates I have to find time also, because I will not get or else the other one. So let us assume that, say, let t be the time of flight. I will assume that let t be the time of flight. Okay. Have they given us range? If they have given, what is the range from the diagram?
meters.
Yes. Range is the horizontal distance, and here it is shown clearly, very clearly in the diagram. Horizontal range or range is the horizontal distance, which is 3 meters. So they have given us the range. Then what is 2 meters? Any guesses? What is 2
Height.
meters? H. Correct. So they've given us H and they've given us range. So I know the equations for H and range. Say, we know that H equal to half gt square. Correct. Substitute. H is 2, half. G value is what? 9.81 into t square. Get me the value of t, please. 4 divided by 9.81 under root.
Zero point 638.
Correct. 0.638 seconds is our time, right? And then we want u. We still require u. What is the equation for range? Range is equal to u into t. So I have the value of range 3 meters. I do not know u, and t is 0.638. From here I get the value of u. Tell me the value of u.
4.70.
4.69.
4.69, or 69 means you can take it as 4.7 meters per second. So we found the u, and we found the time. Clear? Now, as I said previously, I told you all that I'll do the case 1 and then uske related numericals. So you are directly applying the case 1 equations while solving. Examination में ऐसे नहीं होगा. Okay, this will not happen in examination. Why? Because he will not tell you which case it is. He will just give you this diagram, this question. Now you say, imagine for a second, you forget that this belongs to case 1, and you just read the question, and then you have to identify which case it belongs to. Whether it belongs to a case which is with some height already, there is a projection, whether it belongs to a case where both of them are at same level, whether it belongs to a case where they are at different levels. So you have to identify, and then you have to start solving. Your identification goes wrong, your entire numerical goes wrong. Okay, so it is very important you read the question, understand the question. Here they are given you the diagram, right? So they given you the diagram, you know that it is going to go like this now. Okay, so that is fine. If some questions will be there wherein no diagrams will be given to you. So in such cases, you have to draw the diagram and go ahead with the calculations. So be careful in which case it belongs to, especially projectile. Only 3 are there. Second one is their favorite for derivation, also for numerical also. Okay, second one, and third one also is simple. Based on the second derivation, only the final outputs are used here. That's it. Okay, so that's all for today. I think I'll stop the class for now. I want you to go through these thoroughly, case 1, because if I take up now case 2, the derivation of that will take around 20-25 minutes. I don't mind taking. Are you ready to switch? Shall we continue? You all can put it in the chat box. Okay, fine then. No issues. I'll stop the class for here and go have your lunch. I'll just put this. I want you to put your attendance, please. Put your attendance. And you can quit the meeting. Tomorrow I have a class at 9:30. We will take regular class at 9:30. Vaishnavi, attendance given? Rakshita and Vaishnavi. Give you attendance. Okay. Rakshita, put Vaishnavi's roll number also.